Hey guys, welcome back. Good to see you. I have a lot to talk about today. There are some pretty heavy things going on in the world right now, and I haven't really had the words to talk about everything. But for some reason this morning, I kind of feel like I woke up with some. I got a lot of phone calls and texts, and people asking me if I was okay. Braindead has been in the middle of this for over the weekend. We're having some protests here in Dallas that have been spawned by a lot of things. I would say 100 years of things. And the protests are led largely by some pretty good folks and positive-minded people that have a really important cause to talk about. Braindead did not operate at all yesterday on a Saturday, along with a lot of other businesses. And Friday night and Saturday night, I stayed up all night watching a lot of Central Track, but combing the news to see if Braindead was okay and see if my neighbors' businesses were okay. I had a fair amount of people that were expressing anger towards the protesters. And even though I felt negatively affected by all of the happenings of the protests of the weekend, I still find myself wholeheartedly agreeing with them. I think that the message that's trying to be sent here is incredibly important. I think it needs to be conveyed. And I don't think there's a way to convey this message without it hurting a little bit. I'm a very, very privileged guy for a lot of reasons. Color of my skin, the quality of my parents, the financial situation that I've been able to grow up in. I'm privileged in just about every way that I can think of. I've worked hard in my life and I've done things to put myself in a better position, but I woke up in a better place than most people all the time. And it's important that awareness gets brought to that disparity. The part that I have found the most frustrating, and granted, I'm not the oppressed one here, but what I would imagine the most frustrating part would be being told that everything's okay. I see the oppression and I see the bad things happening, and I want to make sure that I'm registering my opinion as things aren't okay. And I see that other people get treated worse than me regularly, and I'd like for that to change. I'd like to think my reputation as a human and as a person, and when you think of Sam Wynn, is that Sam Wynn is an advocate for the little guy. I wouldn't have always compared that to any sort of thing, color of skin, sexual orientation, gender, any of that. I kind of grew up with that being just the smaller person that was being picked on, in my AP class, and I wouldn't let the football players mess with them, But that concept connects. I think we're all the same and we're all in the same pool here, and I've always wanted to stand up for the little guy because I feel like I have an opportunity to make it better. I'm not out there marching. I don't necessarily think it's a safe place for a passionate person like me to be. I always get involved in things when I see things going the way that I don't need them to go, and it's just not a place for me, even if my spirit is generally in line with everybody out there. But if what I need to do as a business person is shut down yesterday and stay out of the way, and and smile and support the protesters while rocks are literally smashing my neighbors, Deep Sushi behind me and Filament, old Filament, now Patagonia in front of me. Both of them just got really smashed up bad, along with a lot of other people in the neighborhood. I saw 7-Eleven was getting destroyed. That 7-Eleven fights the fight for our neighborhood down in Deep Ellum, and does a lot for us. And it's really sad to see the fringe elements on this protest ruining it. And I do believe that there's people that believe in the protest that are a part of these bad window smashings and violence. And I think there's people that are completely ideologically on the opposite side of the protest that are mingling in with the protesters, hiding under the cover of darkness and smashing stuff and making things bad. All these pallets of bricks that keep showing up everywhere, that's just suspicious. And the bad thing is the message that's trying to be sent is being undermined by the fringes on both sides. And that breaks my heart. I hate that because I love that this message is being said, and it bothers me that it's being tarnished like this. But that's part of life, that's part of humanity, and that's part of everything. That's gonna be the case. No matter who you are and what you believe in, there's somebody that believes in that just like does it the wrong way. We all know because we all have things that we believe in, and we've all watched people misrepresent our spirit and what we're trying to say, and that's being done right now. And I hope that the people that are watching are able to take that into context. It's a bummer of a situation, and that's where we are. I feel like I got what I needed to say off the top of my head, so we can go back to normal Sunday Brunch with Sam, and you're welcome to chime in and ask questions or chat or say hello or anything like that. But I definitely wanted to start it with what I had to say. I'm sorry. A protest is about awareness and spreading the word and waving a flag and drawing attention to a topic and an issue. And I'd like to think that that is something that I'm doing right here and right now with the presence that I've built on social media and with my friendships and relationships that I have with so many of you that are down there watching. I feel like I'm trying to use my influence for what I believe is good. So that's my semi-political stance for today. But this Sunday Brunch with Sam thing that I've been doing, that you guys have been watching, has turned into a weekly vlog. I decided this week that I was going to start trying to put as much effort into my editing and content creation as I put into my businesses and friendships and personal fitness. And if I continue to say that I'll edit when I have time and do it as my little free time on the side, that I'm not going to continue to do it. So I decided to make a vlog that's, I'm going to try to do 5 episodes a week. Maybe I can get to 7, but 5 a week I think would be able to constitute as a daily vlog. And I've got number 3 in the chamber. I'll be releasing it today. Hopefully I can get day 4 back up today and we can catch up. But it's good. This is also the 31st of the month. And I set a goal to run 100 miles this month, and I'm at 91. So unfortunately that means I could set my goal and finish it if I go do it right. So I'm over in Oak Cliff. If I clock 10 miles, I'll accomplish 100 miles this month. I have, my buddy Mark Rebier is doing his drive-in tour all over the place. I just bought my tickets to the both Fort Worth drive-in shows here in 3 weeks. June 26th, 27th, 28th, I think, without looking at my calendar, something like that. And I bought my tickets. It's going to be great. It's a drive-in show, so you play it on your speakers in your car, and you have your spot and socially distanced, and you're not allowed to roll your windows down more than 2 inches, and they broadcast to FM radio, and you bump a concert in your car, and Mark's going to be up there being an idiot and doing his thing, and I'm really excited. Mark's show has always evolved a whole lot, and this is a time when I get to watch a hopefully very unique iteration of Mark's show. The 20th, I'm going to drive up to Tulsa. The following weekend, the 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 3 nights in there somewhere. I'm going to do 2 nights in Fort Worth and roll on down to Houston and hopefully catch a 4th show down in Houston. So they sell tickets by the carload. If there's any Mark fans out there that want to join me, I think my Saturday night in Fort Worth is full, but Friday night in Fort Worth, Tulsa on the 20th, and Sunday night in Houston on the 27th or 28th is open too. I'd love to have you in for a ride. I appreciate you guys checking in. I see it was more listening today than actually interacting and chiming in with me. And I appreciate that. I saw all the likes and hearts and care emojis popping up down there in the bottom of the screen, and I appreciate you guys sending your support with your emotes. As well as all you guys, anybody watching and commenting and doing anything. You know, it's nice to interact. I'm a people person, and I like bringing people together. And I'm happy to be able to do it like this right now at a time where we're not able to get together quite as easily. This week's Sunday Brunch with Sam has been brought to you by Marfa Public Radio. I'm on the board of Marfa Public Radio, and as with any nonprofit, everybody is hurting real bad right now. My friends over at Brain Injury Network of Dallas are also who I support with Brain Dead, but personally with my extra time, I'm supporting Marfa Public Radio. So if you're into public radio and the messages that they like to send, Marfa Public Radio broadcasts to a giant amount of square mileage out there in West Texas, and is a really important free media source for a lot of people that aren't quite as connected to the world as us city folk here. So if you have a few spare dollars, you can donate to Marfa Public Radio. We're doing a matching thing this month. So if you need any help finding out how to do that, I would love to connect you. And I checked the stats on this fine Sunday, May 31st. I had a goal of 100 miles for May. I wanted to run that for the first time. Last August, I set my goal of running 30 miles in August for the first time. And it's cool how things change. And I checked the stats today to see how far I needed to run to make sure that I checked all the boxes. And sure enough, I was already over 100 miles for this month. So today's icing on the cake. I thought I was going to have to run at least 9 to accomplish my goal, but I did it. So today, going for a run anyways. I'm excited. I feel good. I get to go a little bit slower and relax. I'm going to try to run for about 90 minutes and just enjoy myself. 5K in. Feeling pretty dang good. I think I'm going to make sure that I run 15K today. Got a good pace going too. I'm actually trying to slow down. That's what a pretty day and a good March stream will do for you. All right, we did it. Got 15K, and I was able to sprint the last, the last mile or so. And I feel really great about the 9.7 I just clocked. Felt really good and smooth the whole way. Had just like a locked in steady pace for 8 miles. I really feel like I was flatlining, which was perfect. I wasn't trying to reverse split it. I was holding myself back, and I felt so good. I opened it up there at the end and really pushed it for a mile. So can't wait to look and see how all the final stats look, and knowing that I finished out May strong, accomplishing a goal that seemed impossible when I set it at the end of April. So let's see what kind of craziness we can set for June and accomplish more of the impossible. Got hired to shoot a little photography event this evening at a beautiful home,
and I'm happy to have all the gear out and doing my thing and not just making my vlog for all you fine folks.